Our investment program, we used exactly the same language. And we said, the goal of our investment program is to, lift people out of poverty. And now we have very different language from that is broader and is sort of more along the lines of helping the poor cope with poverty, that sort of thing. It's just broader.
Yeah. No, but
So I included ourselves.
I think the coping story is, that what Jonathan Mordock, I think, came back with his own studies. Okay, we're not impacting, maybe. We're not ending poverty, but if we can at least say, we can possibly say we're helping them cope. That's a great starting point.
It's a great starting point. Nothing to be ashamed of with that starting point. And a starting point that's very defensible and is understandable to the media, and the aspirational one, which we absolutely keep the aspiration of of lifting people out of poverty, but being much more careful about how you talk about it.
Okay, Gary, Alex wants to know what you think of social ratings.
Yes. Well, there's some positive here. I'm not lame. When we first went back in 2007. Extremely strong feedback. I was the lucky one who got to see most of that feedback coming in saying, do not assign a social rating. You don't know what you're doing. Credit ratings, focus on that. And we took that to heart when we were looking at our own analyses and our methodologies. We do include a social mission aspect in the analytical process. We do not judge to say that this one is better than that one, but we want to see that the institution is working to what they say. Our affiliate CRISIL in India actually has a stronger or more specific product only used within India in terms of how it views credit and the microfinance institutions in India. One of the things that you're asking, what other things can we do? And one of the projects that we, in conjunction with our parent company, McGraw-Hill, is focusing in on financial literacy. What we talked about today is all at the extreme high institutional level. What we're trying to do, and Andy, my colleague from S&P, we're trying to leverage not just the S&P offices that we have globally, but the McGraw-Hill offices that we have, to reach out and see where we can work with the microfinance institutions, not just globally, but here in the US, as well as being a resource. And it may not be how do we get a credit rating, because that's not what our focus is specifically here, but it's more financial literacy and helping the common person in terms of understanding. Because if you do take a step back with the crisis that we've gone through here, most people didn't understand the mortgage that they got into. So take that a step further and go overseas, and this is the first time I've ever received a loan. Wow, is that a fair interest rate? Yes, so. So that's one of the efforts that we're trying to work with institutions like yourselves and other MFIs globally that will be rolling out fairly soon.
Okay, thank you. I'm afraid I've cut into audience questions, but I do want to open it up to the audience. And so I would just say, in the interest of time, when you have